Mexico's kind of, I would say, a hot topic because a lot of people who has never had the opportunity to go to Mexico are very opinionated about how things will perform, what they would do if they was there. From your experience, man, from being in Mexico, what was the difference in your perception here versus what it actually was when you got to Mexico? You know what I'm saying? Like you might have thought it
Um,
was from being in Alabama, but when you actually got in Mexico, what was the huge difference from your perception to the reality?
I would assume, most people think Mexico is going to be hot, dry climate, and desert and this and that. And it's not. It's a tropical paradise. It's where we go. Where I spent most of my time is in Topeka, and it's like a tropical paradise. But what most people don't realize, the hardest thing to get past in Mexico is what you're used to doing here. If you're feeding out of your home and you got, walk out the front door, go to the barn, and there's the roosters, and here's your setup, and there's your feed cabinet, and this and that. Anytime you go to a different place like that, going to Mexico or going to anybody else's farm to try to feed, there's going to be adversity you're going to have to get past. Everything that you're used to having in the comforts of home's not there. And you have to keep an open mind. You really do. Well, the biggest thing is knowing how to read your birds. If you know that family of roosters, you know what they're supposed to be like. That's the number one. If you know that family of roosters, my opinion is, if you know that family of roosters and if you fed 200 or 300 of them and you know what they're supposed to be like, you know what it takes to get them there, then you should be able to take them anywhere in the world. And if you got a month to play with them, and if you're doing your job and working with those roosters and you're not off chasing girls and having fun and not paying attention to them, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you'll get them. You can get them there, no matter what environment you're in.
The magic is understanding what you taking, understanding what you're dealing with, like knowing your birds, period. Regardless if is you're in tropical climate now, you're in dry climate, 2 weeks from now, whatever the case is you have to be able to read your rooster in order to know how to adjust. If you can't read them, it doesn't make a difference.
But if you learned something from them and were open minded to it and took something away from it, it was a win either way. You got to learn to read them before you can do anything. I don't care what keep you got, anything you got that you're following. If you don't know how to read them, you'll never do any good with them because you'll not know where they're at.